Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. Well, I know it is November, but I have a Wantable Cozytober box to share with you. So if that sounds good to you, please continue watching and we will go ahead and open up this very big box. So I got an email from Wantable about a week and a half ago where they were offering a really good deal to get a Cozytober box. It was a $0 styling fee as well as 30% off your final purchase. So I don't know all of the details on how that 30% off works, but I figured it was a really good time to give it a try. I have nothing to lose. So I am very excited to open up this box and get into it. All right, this box is so large and there's no way I'm gonna be able to take the bundle out, so I'll just kind of give you a glimpse on what I'm seeing in here in the box. The first thing that I took out of the box is the Cozytober gift. And if you do keep at least one item from the box, you are able to keep this for free. So I won't open this until I'm sure I'm going to keep at least one item. All right, I do recognize this sweater as one that I did hard on the stream. This is from 78 and Sunny, and this is a cardigan with a green pattern here, and it feels very heavy. This is a heavy cardigan sweater. I do love green and I thought this looked cute on the stream, so I am excited to try that. The next top we have is from Bobeau, and this is like a cropped short sleeve sweater with wider sleeves and a mock neck, and it's got kind of the speckled heather sweater fabric. This is from Thread and Supply, and I did like this on the stream, and this is just a crew neck sweatshirt that says Great Lakes, and I love the blue, and I am all about wearing things like this when I am lounging at home or even if I'm walking. So since I do live in the Chicagoland area, I do live near a Great Lake, so I guess it applies to me, but it is a super soft sweatshirt, so I'm excited to try this on. The next thing we have is some joggers from the brand Recreation. And I did mention in my note that if they had any joggers that ran long, I would like to try them. So I don't know how long these are. They're very, very stretchy, so we will give them a try. Next is a pair of Muckluck socks, women's boot socks, and I think I actually liked these on the stream. I do like Muckluck socks, and I'm not going to open these though until I make a determination if I'm keeping something else or what the price is of these, but it is a pack of 6 pairs of boot socks, and they're all different color variations. The next sweater we have is from 78 and Sunny, and I guess it's kind of that varsity styling because it's a red sweater with the white stripes down the sleeves. It's very lightweight. It is cute, and I do love red, so we'll give that a try. Oh, this feels so soft. This is from a brand I've never heard of, Horizon, and it's spelled H-E-R. This is really, really soft. I love the color, and this sweater fabric is incredibly cozy. And this is also a hoodie. That is really cute. That looks like my style. I'm excited to try that. Next we have another 78 and Sunny, and this I believe is navy. Yes, it is. It's a navy short sleeve. It looks like it's a little puff sleeve sweater. That is really cute. And the last thing we have is a pair of jeans, and these are from the Vervet brand. These are the Miranda mid-rise boot cut. It all depends on the length, obviously, for me, if these are going to be long enough. It's a really light wash. I think I've tried Vervet jeans on before. I'm not sure if they were long enough, but I will give them a try. All right, so those are the things from my Cozytober box. I am excited to try on a few of these sweaters, so let me go ahead and change into the first couple, and I will be right back to share with you. All right, friends, I'm back with the first 2 pieces, and why don't we go ahead and we will start with these Vervet jeans. All right, so I'm standing back, and the length of these is not terrible. I might go get a pair of shoes to try on just to see how they look with a pair of shoes, because I don't think the length is very bad. I couldn't wear, you know, too much of a heeled boot or something with these. but the length of these is not terrible. But I just don't know if I love them enough, the fit everywhere else. And to be honest with you, I am actually really good with jeans right now. I've got a few pairs that I really love that are long enough. So I do not really need any jeans in my wardrobe. Obviously, if I try on pairs that I love, I would want to add them, but I'm just not sure if this pair is a love. But like you can see, the length there is not terrible for me. These Vervet jeans have quite a bit of stretch in them. They are mid-rise, so it comes up just below my belly button. You know, they're the boot cut, so they're like tighter fitting here at the thighs, but then obviously go out at the bottom. Like I said, I don't think they're a bad pair of jeans. I just don't know if I love them that much, and I honestly do not need them. All right, now we will go on to this sweater, which as you can see is quite on the crop side. And if any of you had seen my Old Navy video that I recently did, I went down to Old Navy to do an in-store try-on, and I found a lot of the clothes that they had there so far this season were very cropped. And it made me think of a meme that I saw somewhere online, and it was something to the effect of like, "Dear clothing makers, we want the rest of the shirt," and then it was signed women over 50, and it kind of made me giggle because this is what you find in a lot of the stores. Everything is really short nowadays, and this one seems to be very short. And for reference, even though I am 5'9", my torso is actually very short. I'm very short-waisted. So if it's short on me, if you have a longer torso, this could be like showing skin type of top. So I will get a little closer just so you can see. It is that like heathered with the speckled different colors. And I will say the mock neck is kind of tight, which I don't love. That seems to kind of bother me when the necks are tight. And it does have the wider sleeves, which I kind of like. But as you can see, it really is kind of on the short side. So I know for sure this is not going to be one I want to keep. This will be going back. All right, I'm back. I have the joggers on, and then I think I described this as a sweater, but this is just like a cotton top or a cotton blend top. So let's go ahead. We will start with the joggers. Obviously, they are on the shorter side with me. I don't know, like wearing these out, how it would look. I'm not really sure, but honestly, I only wear these type of pants if I'm, you know, walking or lounging at home. So the length probably isn't that big of a deal on these being on the shorter side. They do feel extremely soft. They've got the pockets, they have a drawstring here at the waist, as well as a pretty wide waistband. So they do feel really nice. There's no pockets in the back. So these might be, depending on the price of these, because sometimes Wantable prices can be up there. And I have a pair of these joggers from Halara that I absolutely love, that I know are pretty reasonably priced. So I wouldn't want to pay too much for these if these were too expensive. So we'll have to see with the price of the joggers. All right, so now we'll go on to this top that kind of has, I guess it's like the varsity styling with the stripes. Looking in the viewfinder, I'm not loving this look on me right now. It kind of looks funny when I'm looking in the viewfinder. We'll have to see when I watch back the footage. And I just wanted to give you a close-up of the fabric. And I also have a feeling this might be that brush knit. And I do not have good luck with this. It pills like crazy for me. It does feel so soft, and I think that's what this is. So there is a banding on the bottom. So I just kind of had it turned up, so I took it down just to show you the length of this one. But I really don't love this one, so I know this is going back, and then we'll have to see the price of the joggers. All right, so I've changed into my own pair of jeans because there was that tag on those Vervet jeans was really bothering me in the back. And then tried on this short sleeve navy sweater. And this is a sweater that it is ribbed and really form-fitting. And I tend to not like these because I just feel like, I just don't like the way it looks over my chest. I just feel self-conscious when I wear tops like this. I do think it's a cute sweater if you like this type of style. I like the little bit of puff at the shoulders and the short sleeves. I think it's very cute. Try to get a little closer to show you it's ribbed and very, very stretchy. But I know that this one's gonna be going back too. But I still got more to try. I'll be right back. All right, so it's a good thing I do not like this sweater on, because when I was putting it on, I noticed several snags in the sweater, and I think there's one in the back that's rather large. I don't know what side it was on. I thought this looked cute on the stream, so I know that I requested this, but I'm not loving it on for some reason. It's a very thick and heavy sweater, and I thought taking it out of the box, because it just feels very heavy, I thought it would probably be pretty good quality, but it really is worrisome when you see so many snags on a sweater that I don't know why I would want to buy a sweater like that. So this is going to be a very easy no. Wanted to give it a try, not for me, and I really don't like that I see so many snags. All right, so let me go ahead and change. I think I've got a few more pieces to go, so I will be right back. All right, I'm back with this next sweater here, and I like this one, so we'll have to see how I like it after watching the footage back. This one is really, really cozy. I don't know if maybe you'd call this boucle. I'll bring it up here close in just a minute, and it's got the little hoodie in the back. It's just very, very cozy. This is the type of sweater you like to put on. All right, so I just wanted to show you the sweater fabric. Is that boucle, or I'm not sure, but it's just like nubby and super soft, and I do love the color. Now, I did put a little bit of a front tuck in here. It's not a super long sweater, but this one's definitely not cropped, as you can see. I mean, this one you have quite a bit come down over the waistband of your jeans. But this is a sweater. I love the way it feels. I like the color. I like the casual hoodie style. So this probably is going to come down to how it looks after I watch the footage, if I like it on, and then also the price. But this is definitely one that could be a keeper. I do really like this sweater. All right, so I've got the last piece to share with you, which is this crew neck sweatshirt that says Great Lakes across the front. And I do love the feel of this one. It's a lighter fleece. It's not super thick and heavy, but it feels really, really nice. Here's a close-up of the fleece. This one does have a banding on the bottom, like most crew neck sweatshirts do have. This is actually going to come down probably to price, because this would be a lounge top, obviously. And I don't know, sometimes I have a hard time spending a lot on loungewear, but I guess you wear it a lot of the time. Maybe it's something you could spend more money on, but we'll have to see. This will really probably come down to price, because it's, like I said, it's probably something I would just wear hanging out at home, cleaning, lounging, that type of thing. So I don't know, we'll see what the price is on this sweatshirt. All right, so those are all the pieces. So let me go ahead and change. I will be right back. We'll do a wrap up, and we'll see if I'm going to keep anything from this Wantable box. All right, friends, so I am back, and I've had a chance to look at the prices. And I'm also a little confused on how this 30% discount works for this box, this special that I got. As I told you in the intro, the reason that I wanted to order one of these Cozytober box was that it was a $0 styling fee, and it said 30% off your entire purchase. But what I'm not really clear on, if that is 30% because you have to take the entire box, or if it's 30% off anything you want to purchase. I need to clarify that, because that will definitely play a factor into what I want to keep from this box. But the things that I was thinking of, the first were these joggers from Thread and Supply. These are $72, and I know that the ones that I love from Halara, I think are in the $40 range, maybe $50, but the Halara ones also come in the tall length. So I really just don't want to spend, even if I do get a 30% discount for these joggers, I know that I'm going to be sending these back. This Great Lakes sweatshirt, which is also from Thread and Supply, is $66. So even with a 30% discount, I don't know if I loved it enough that I'd want to keep it for loungewear. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to be sending this one back. Now this brick red sweater from Horizon is $79. And getting to watch the footage back, is this the most flattering thing? No, it is not. It is a thick, chunky sweater, so it makes me look thick and chunky. I realize that, but I do love how cozy this one feels. So I don't know. This one will really depend. If I can get a 30% discount, I would think of taking this sweater, but I've got to get to the bottom of that discount. And another item that I was possibly thinking of keeping were the 6-pack of the Muckluck boot socks. These are $44 for 6 pairs of socks, which I think sounds like a lot, but I'll have to look for what these run at other places. And again, if I can get a 30% discount on these socks, that's not a bad deal, because I do know I've had the Muckluck socks in the past and I do really like them. I think they're nice socks. So this again depends on that discount. So if you were curious of the total of this box though, the total came out to $666, and if you subtract the 30% discount that they were offering with this deal, it would take off $199.80, leaving the subtotal at $466.20. When you add in the sales tax, the total, if you kept everything from this box, would be $508.16. So again, I really do need to figure out how that 30% discount works before I really make a decision on what I am keeping from this box. So I'm sorry I have no definite answers for you right now as to what I may or may not be keeping. But I do hope that you enjoyed this video, friends. Thank you so much for taking a little bit of time out of your day to spend with me. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you all next time. Bye.